first coming in last. Went to the bank, happy alive. Nigga fuck love, rather by rap. Nigga fuck love, rather by rap.
Now I am. Welcome one, welcome all. Woodcrest Certified Podcast, baby. Episode 67 of Woodcrest Certified. Good to see you all. Kenny, love to see you as well. Good seeing you. It's been a minute.
Get off my dick.
What? What was that?
He said, "Get off my dick."
Sorry, sir. My apologies. I'm sorry to trouble you with my fucking friendship. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe as always. Helps us grow the channel, get more people to see our shit. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing with some of the things we talk about sometimes. But anyway,
we should find out.
Subscribe anyway. So appreciate it.
Sir.
All right. So the most current thing in the news world, which has sparked an interesting conversation, is about the LSU game and the Iowa game when Angel Reese started literally just doing the same shit that Caitlin Clark chick did like earlier in the season, and
Not
like
2 games before, nigga. Literally.
that was
48
2
hours.
games before.
Yeah.
Oh really? Why did I think that shit was early? All right, so then
Because you're trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I wonder why.
no, bitch. I thought it. I literally fuck you, bro. I literally thought it happened earlier. You stupid bitch, bro. This guy's so annoying.
He's
That nigga Rook said.
It's too easy.
That nigga Rook said Milwaukee votes blue, and I live in Milwaukee. But go ahead.
Damn.
Why are y'all
Alright.
picking on this, man?
I don't know.
Damn, bro.
Anyway.
It's the
host,
host,
man. It's the
Anyway.
Let them cook.
Anyway, so Caitlin Clark did like the "You Can't See Me" celebration or whatever, right? Now fast forward a couple games later, they're in the Natty, and then Angel comes in.
Bro.
The national
beer?
championship.
Damn.
Oh,
That is Natty Light. Natty Light is a beer. That is correct.
you fuck with that shit, don't you?
I do not, but I do know a lot of people that do. This
Man,
shit,
the
shit
wire.
tastes ass.
The wire.
I thought Natty was short for Cincinnati. Like I'm like,
No,
Hey, you might be onto something though.
I mean,
Yeah.
it might be. I just know Natty like the
Like, I
national
feel like
championship, Natty
like
Light.
I feel like we need to start fucking consolidating these terms, nigga. Like we just be saying shit nowadays. Go ahead.
Can I just get the story out? Like, damn.
Nigga, like there needs some sort of like it's getting to the point where we need like to assign people to like organize and shit. But go ahead, nigga. Like
The national championship game was played, and LSU beat the shit out of Iowa. And Angel Reese was talking shit, doing the "You Can't See Me" back to Caitlin Clark. And then now the whole world who praised Caitlin for doing it was like, oh, that shit's hilarious, or good for her, or some shit like that. Now Angel does it, and the media's and a lot of people on Twitter and social media and all that are having a different tune.
How do you feel about that, Rook?
Yeah, Rook.
I think it's ridiculous that like you got to keep the same energy for if you're gonna criticize one chick, you got to criticize the other the same, and the fact that you don't is very telling because there's really just one thing that's different between the two of them.
Why would they
What
keep
might
the
that
same
be?
energy though? Why would they keep the same energy? They gave this Caitlyn chick a whole segment on her celebration, and then they dogged this chick for it.
But I'm saying that's the energy I'm talking about. Is like if you're gonna celebrate her, then you should also celebrate her. Or if you're gonna dog her, you should also have done the same thing for the Caitlyn chick. You know what I'm saying?
The Caitlyn chick, even when they played North Carolina, she brushed off the other chick at the 3. She'll go to the sidelines whenever she get an and one and scream at the other team and all this other shit, and they ain't say nothing about that. But the "You Can't See Me" in the ring gesture was unprofessional and all this other. I'm like, that shit not tiring. And then Joe Biden's wife, right?
I just
Had
I didn't
the
even see her.
Caucasity, right?
Mhm.
Not the audacity. Because normally when teams win, you invite the winning teams to the White House,
Yup.
right?
Yes.
Yup.
She invited both teams to the White House.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
That's
weird.
not.
That's-
That's weird as fuck.
That's strange.
That's super weird. Like, I don't know. That shit irked me because it was something that I said a long time ago in the earlier podcast when I was like, it's always something because somebody told me why shit always got to play on race. And I was like, because they always make it about race, bro. Like, and that shit is getting exhausted. First of all, a lot of people don't even watch women's sports. Let's
Me.
throw that shit out there, right? So the fact that y'all even turning that into this is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Right?
People, I feel like people that have never really spoken on women's college basketball, they got a ton of shit to say now, and it's all over, athletes talking shit. Like that's very common in the competitive space. Like you talk about the ring finger point when Steph Curry did that last year in the finals. Like it was, oh man. Well, Steph Curry different because he already on his own level, but he wasn't criticized for it in the slightest. He's not the first person to do that neither. And then P, when you mentioned like talking about why do people make stuff about race, like has the people asking that question ever taken like just one middle school level American history class, bro? Like,
No.
Has anyone seen Joanna Man?
I mean, yes, I don't know what that got to do with anything here, but was that a question for Rookie, actually?
What?
Just general.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Somebody say y'all are handsome besides Chris. He's a 2 out of 10. I don't know.
Oh shit! Where the fuck do I see that? I need to screenshot that shit.
Who is this?
That's Robert.
That's Robert from Mill Run.
From Mill Run.
That's a Mill Run guy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a disrespectful motherfucker.
Yo, tell
Who's Jacob?
4-5, bro.
Jacob.
Tell him I came up on some money and I got a 4-5 too, though, nigga.
Oh wow.
What does that mean?
Shit on him. Hey,
sound like a
Buster,
gang related.
Robert gonna know what it is. I mean,
that must be Army stuff.
got you, Chris.
You gotta take a caca, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I had to bring the
Y'all won't
losers
lace
out
it
for
up
Chris.
though.
Huh?
Y'all won't lace it up. Shoot the fair one on the court.
That nigga said we are
Chris-
handsome. Fuck
Chris
outta
will,
here.
or Rookie will watch if you get into a fight. That's all he'll do.
Yo, why do you still hold on to that shit, bro?
I know, man.
That shit hurt.
That shit was 10 years ago,
Got
bro.
some shady, got a shady history. Like
Bro,
the United
if
States of
Rookie
America.
let me tell you something right now. With Rookie's overall 3-point percentage, if he pulls up and helps you in a fight, bro, you're still losing, bro. I'm like,
that nigga said Rook swinging 15 times and he's missing 13 of them.
I'm trying to help you out, bro. You might as well just be by yourself in that fight.
Rook is gonna distract you,
Whoa,
bro.
what? Hey, what's Tammy talking about, bro?
Let me get in the face.
Damn,
Bro,
hey, Tammy.
listen.
No,
Listen,
we
listen,
need this
listen,
story.
listen,
I said-
No.
Damn, I told.
Bro.
Hold on. Can
God
I
bless
bring it
you.
in? Can I bring
Dealing
it in?
with this dumbass.
David, can I bring it in? Because your brother was like, there are subtle differences in the celebration of time. This is the shit. I love your brother. I love him to death. This is the shit
Come
that
on, man.
up about America every time, bro. Like that shit, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's mentally, physically, spiritually, all that exhausting, my nigga. Like, it's like we can't win for losing. Like, even when a nigga win, we losing. Like, which is crazy. What was it? The bitch is literally screaming at other team sidelines during and ones. That's not a difference. Like,
It's very normal. Very
but
normal.
then now I need to hear this one with Tammy though. I need to know this bar punch in the face.
Bro,
How
she
you
did
let her
not.
get
All right,
decked,
first
bruh?
of all, she didn't get punched in the face, bro.
Hey,
all right.
hold on, Tam.
No, bro.
get
She
into
did
no
not
fights.
get.
face.
Tam,
She did
don't
not
get
get
into
punched.
no altercations.
There was
with
literally
punch
no
his face.
swinging.
fists. No fists were swung. Okay,
You didn't.
I never
defend
known
your
Tammy to
girl?
lie,
Nothing
bro.
You didn't defend your
Listen.
girl,
bro. What happened?
Bring
was
her on
we're-
camera, bro.
We were at this bar, right? And they had like those Papa Shot things or whatever. So then there was
Papa
this
shots.
like the basketball shit, like the basketball game. Like
That's
there's
not what we call them out here, bro.
what do you call
Yeah,
it,
like-
Kenny?
A basketball hoop? Is that what we're talking about?
No,
Okay.
but it's the one that like you shoot and
The
then
arcade
records.
one.
Yeah, the arcade.
Yeah, arcade.
All right.
I didn't know I was
So
called a Papa Shot.
anyway, so we were there.
That's racist.
And then we were waiting in line, and then there was this fucking dickhead guy that was that he was like playing, but he was drunk and he kept playing and shooting, and he kind of was like he looked coked out, like the dude was fucking weird.
Oh, geez.
And
What color
How you know
was
that?
he?
How you know what that looked like?
and then he
What color
like
was he?
backed up. Honestly, I think he might have been Spanish. I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he was. So then he like backed up as if he was gonna take a long shot, and then there was a guy behind him that he like bumped into, and then he like spazzed out, and then he like let go of the ball, and then the ball like bounced, and it had bumped Tammy in the face. So the
Oh,
ball
shit.
did.
You
So
let her take
then
a ball to the
swing?
face?
So then I
You
took
swing on
the
him?
so I took the ball, and then I looked at him. I was like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing?" And because like so the time ended, right? So like he wasn't even
no.
shooting on like playing the game right. Like he was just shooting to shoot, like he's in fucking LA Fitness or some shit. So then
Oh,
I'm looking
shit.
like, "Bro, your shit's not even doing anything right now. Like what the fuck are you doing?" And then Tammy was mad that I like didn't swing on him or something.
All right, so should what Crest have
Hey, you-
pulled up? Because I wouldn't have pulled up.
I'll
I'm not
tell
gonna
you.
lie, man. Tammy, are you watching? You might be toxic. You wanted Rook to beat up some coked out guy? Like,
She said she
Yeah,
gonna
he-
tell a real story.
Did you see him shoot a 3 in the last 10 days?
She talking
like
about
I don't know. I don't know if swinging on that coked out guy would have been the right move, Rook. I think you probably
Yeah.
did the right.
Thank
Man,
you.
maybe she wants you to get stabbed, bro. I don't know. She might be plotting on you.
Bro, that's the thing is like, yo, this guy is reckless as fuck in this bar, like not giving a fuck. Like, who knows what he's capable of at this time? You know, it's like, what if
I'm
he
letting you
has a
know.
fucking shiv on him or whatever? Like, it's not like this bar is checking pockets. He might have something on him. Like, I don't, dude's fucking, he was fucking.
Aren't y'all in Iowa? Don't everybody be strapped up out there?
No, David.
No.
No.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
I don't
Honestly,
that
think
that's
I
they
know.
the
stepped up like that out
Tam. We're gonna teach you a lesson today. Don't get this guy in any physical altercations, please.
Tammy, if you ever come back to Orlando, we'll let you beat up Danny.
What?
Not Danny. That's actually hilarious.
That's crazy.
Danny
How you
not
sacrifice
even
that
here.
man like that?
Well,
think-
all
I
right.
think-
Honestly, it makes sense because like Chris wants to kick Danny's ass, but like that's kind of
Yo.
the weight classes, right? They don't fit. Danny and Tammy are about like the same size, so
Yeah.
like
Nah,
I think she'd kick his ass.
Chris was really trying to get at Danny, bro. He texted me on the side like, "Yo, he's at your
Yeah, he
crib."
did.
I was like, "Yo."
That boy was scheming, bro. Like he's still there. Like
I don't know what it is about
He
this.
didn't
kid.
like that. What was the joke? You really ain't like that shit, bro. But I
He
feel you.
talking about his
Oh,
mama.
that-
Maybe some
said
jokes I don't
something.
like.
He ain't never got no pancakes from your mama, so he don't appreciate her.
No, like bro, like he's one of the main ones that benefited off the pancakes. He ate the pancakes
Oh,
and he
nah,
was trying
he
to
ain't got no
rediscover
respect.
the whole formula, bro. Like
Oh, he ain't got no
Not
respect.
the formula.
no.
I mean, recipe. I feel you
this
though.
nigga, nah, bro. Like Mike's been bailing this nigga out his whole life, bro. He needs to get smacked across his face. Christianity or
Oh,
I
I smacked him before.
Kenny
Like,
did
he
it
needs-
too.
he needs
Who, I smacked
Oh,
him?
Mike calling.
he needs to update
Oh, I did smack him. Oh, shit. I be smacking niggas by mistake.
Nah, you did that on purpose. I had front row seats to that.
That wasn't purpose.
Nah, bro, you handed him
definitely was
you
on
handed him the
purpose.
phone that had nobody on and talk about Mike calling, and then you fucking yada, and then you fucking smack the shit out of him.
Bro, but the thing with me is, if you disrespect me like 3-4 times, I got that shit charged up in the back of my head, bro. Like that shit. That's not even like I'm not even thinking about what makes sense
Bruh.
anymore, bro. Like,
Nah, you pulled out a game breaker, bro, for that man's neck, bro. That's just crazy.
Dude, Danny does try
Yo, he
people
tests
with
people.
the
He does
recklessness.
test people.
Yeah.
He don't
Like,
try
he's
me.
a-
That's funny. He don't be
Yeah,
trying me.
man, because you're his fucking idol, bro. He's a habitual bro. Like, I'm telling you.
Nah, he tests. He definitely tests people. I forgot about the host. I forgot I slapped him. Bro.
I slapped him before too. One time he disrespected this woman I was seeing.
He a good dude. I felt like it was.
Didn't
This
Danny?
man, he pulled up to the grave and he was like, "Bro, smack me." I was like, "Bet, bro." Fuck her.
Yeah.
Tammy said, "I would like the record to be straight that all I asked Anthony to do is say something, not swing." He said, I gave him a dirty look, babe.
And that's funny. She texting you. She in the living room, like right on the other side of that door, like talking shit. You gonna hear about this shit when you.
She might be in the same room.
She meant to
though,
expose you today. She meant to expose you today, bro.
Babe,
She's like,
we'll talk about it later. All right.
She said, "Wait till your friends get on."
I'm with the drama. I need that shit now. Like,
turn this bitch into a Jerry Springer show real
we
quick.
need to turn this shit into all the smoke. Fuck that.
I need Tammy to come through and slap Brooks' Milwaukee hat off. Turn it up.
Nah, man, come on. It's a fresh hat. You know, champions, gang.
That shit look like diarrhea.
You don't even fuck with them.
I do fuck with him, just not employment wise.
That's a crazy thing to say on camera, bro.
He already.
Yeah,
I'm saying, what are they
He
gonna
gave
do?
the notice,
Fire
I
me?
mean,
They're gonna fire me
send
when
that
I
over
when I
real
already
quick.
quit. Like,
HR.
okay.
Gonna get fired on my day off.
All right. Anyway, back to this LSU in Iowa thing. What is said here? You said, but LSU players went over to Iowa player and did the John Cena thing and held it. It felt personal to me, but I don't know if the two ladies have a history, so maybe that shit don't fucking matter, bro.
They're just
She
talking
was-
shit.
She went
bro.
to the
Like,
other
they're just
team's
talking
bench.
shit.
All right, like, listen, it
It's
does.
just sports, bro. Come on.
It does. All right, so I'm gonna use Peterson as an example because, like, I promise you, like, I didn't give two shits about this, and before you guys mentioned it, 3 fucking people text me about this. It's like the universe is like, Chris, you don't have Twitter, but we're gonna remind you what's going on anyways, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, niggas was texting me about it. So I see the fucking videos of this girl doing the little "you can't see me," and she was doing like in the general direction of the bench, correct?
No,
What you know you're talking about?
in front of the
Larry
girl.
Bird,
You're trying to
right?
raise my
She did
shot.
that shit, and then the thing that Peterson's talking about again, she got near the bench, she started yelling real loud, la 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 la. All right, so let's put Peterson in that same example. And I've known Peterson for more than half his life, right? I've known you since you were 14, correct?
Yeah.
32. So now I've known you for like 60% of your life.
Fact.
If you're on a basketball team and you're sitting on a bench and some guy does some gesture to you or gesture toward the bench, you're gonna be like, look at this nigga, right?
Fact.
But if you're on the court and some nigga comes into your personal space and does this shit, you are gonna punch him in the face.
I've done it. Yes.
1,000%.
I've done
like,
it. Like I
when
done got
people
ejected
say-
out of games. Like
When people say like that Angel Reese's was more provocative, I agree. Because like it was a lot more personal.
but homegirl's
then-
provocative too.
But then again, like I said, it's on different levels, right?
She wasn't really in this.
That's
She wasn't even
crazy.
really in Shorty's face like that in the first place. I don't even think she was.
He's like behind her back.
Like Shorty never even acknowledged the chick. man.
Like I said, you put Mr. Charles or even you in that same situation, somebody gets up close to you and starts doing some shit, you're gonna react. If you're on the bench and
She
somebody
never.
does
She. I
gonna
really
lose.
feel like she never got up close to her, bro. I really don't. I don't feel like she got up close to her. At
Yeah,
all.
but you
they were
not
close
you,
enough.
You not
That
even
ain't close,
putting the goalposts in the same. That's crazy.
That's not even close. That's not. I'm just saying that's not, bro. If you look at the camera, like Shorty was like she's looking
So-
away from.
So explain both teams being invited to the White House.
I don't know about that shit.
That's mad weird.
I can't explain that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's something there, but people it be this fat ass elephant in the room, and niggas still be sidestepping like, ugh. Like,
Yeah, try to
come
go
on,
around the
man.
motherfucker,
Like
yeah.
that elephant, big, pink, polka dots, looking crazy than a bitch, and motherfuckers
You
still
got eczema?
tend to not probably got eczema too and ashy than a bitch. Like
What I'm saying, because like another thing that people are going on about is misogyny, right? And like everybody talks about Steph Curry, they talk about Kobe, they talk about Michael Jordan, but that's the pros. You can get away with a lot more in the pros.
That's
In
facts.
NCAA, you can't get away with shit. If anything,
facts.
the females get away with a lot more than the fucking males do. If you hang on to the rim for 2.5 seconds, they are gonna tee your ass up for an
Yeah.
excessive celebration, right?
Yeah.
And at the person that I like that I've been watching in college basketball who's been hated the fucking most is Grayson Allen. They fucking hated
He deserved that shit though.
They fucking hated that nigga, right? So it's like when I hear people talking about, oh, it's because they're women, that's why they want this, and that. It's like, no, it's not that, because they don't let the males do that shit either. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Nah, that was not my problem. It's keep the same energy. That's my only problem. Like, cause these media outlets that was praising this girl for all her banters and
I
hypeness
feel like
and
they
whoopie whoop,
just started
bash
praising
this
her
other
like
girl for
last week,
doing the
right?
same shit. They
They
was
just
even
started praising
talking
her
shit
like
about the
last week,
ring
right?
shit. She wasn't doing the ring shit in the girl face. They was talking shit about that too.
Didn't they
want to
just
change
start
it.
praising her last week? Like what
Again, I didn't analyze the video. Again, like I wasn't looking for this shit. But
Yeah.
from what I see, she went up to the girl and she did this shit. Right.
No,
And
with
it's
the
just
ring
like
shit, she didn't. The John Cena one. See, so your statements is invalid if you didn't look into it. That's weird.
You know, I'm probably wrong because I like this type of shit, man. I like this type of shit when it comes to like fucking sports, nigga. Like I don't want niggas to shy away from this type of conflict. But if niggas want to complain, niggas want to cry, I'll let them. You feel me? I ain't gonna say that.
The thing is, like I said, it's the NCAA, and you gotta step at your own risk, right? Like when Grayson Allen goes up to the fucking other bench and starts talking shit, like that's gonna come with consequences.
Chris,
You know
I
what I
hear
mean?
you. The
But
other
then
girl
again,
didn't
it's
get
like
no
fuck Grayson Allen
consequences.
too. You know,
That's the weird shit. The
I'm
other
in
girl
agreement.
didn't get no consequences. That's the only thing. Like if they would have, if the first chick when she did that shit and they said some shit, they would have went crazy. Then this girl would have did the same shit and they would have went crazy. I'm like, I mean,
is this
it
is
makes
this
sense.
just a result of the double NCAA like being like fucking boring as fuck? Is this what it is? Like we're just popping off towards niggas get into altercation? Like I don't know,
Bro, at the end of the
I
day,
think what P is
you're part of it.
I think what P trying to outline is that when Caitlin Clark got to celebrate it, nobody attacked her character. But then when Angel Reese did it, they did attack her character.
I would like let's just play fucking sports, man. Like
that's literally what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, if you don't want her talking shit, don't get 20 ball done.
I personally feel like if Angel Reese would have went up to the bench and did the same fucking gesture, nobody would give a fuck. It's the fact that she singled one person out and she did it.
I think that's I honestly think this whole like
that's probably a sign of respect for Caitlin
I think
Clark.
this whole debate is stupid in my opinion.
It's fucking retarded. Like I said, like I didn't care, but like we're talking about it, so it's like, I mean, that's probably what it is. Like that's the differentiation.
I'm pretty sure white girl is a hooper. You feel me? I'm pretty sure
what's
black
the differentiation between? Nah, that's still stuff like that is still. What's the differentiation between both of them getting invited to the White House? That's still weird. Bro.
I don't like that.
We don't have the answer to that question.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna have to ask the president.
It's this elephant in the room shit. Like that's the weird shit. I've never heard a losing team in a national game get invited to the White House.
Yeah,
with a winning team.
So what do you make of it? So what do you make of it?
Has there ever been this much like controversy, for lack of better words, after the title game? No.
No.
First of all, WNBA players don't even get this. WNBA players don't even get this much love.
Fucking Brittany Jenner was in jail in Russia. She didn't get this much love.
Fuck no.
I feel like I get the whole.
Nah. Brittany Griner got mad love. Is that what you talking about?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, you talking about Brittany Griner.
They couldn't stop talking about her, but until she got back, bro. She got mad love.
But she just took one puff on camera.
Over a little vape pen.
One mic.
Nah, she knows.
So you think Joe Biden is like she's like supporting racism or some shit?
I don't think Joe Biden is doing that. Did the invite because it's his wife that's parading that shit. Like that's weird in itself too. Like, bitch, that ain't got nothing to do with you. I mean, first lady, I guess, whatever.
Oh damn, your whole bit. Oh,
I said first lady, I guess.
I don't know this shit.
She's actually not the first lady. She's like the 150th first lady.
There hasn't been 150 presidents.
Yeah.
All right, fuck you, Chris. Fuck you and your Democratic ass couch, nigga. Fuck you and the big blue couch you on.
We went to Tico, bro.
I'm fucking tired of you, bro. Like I gave you enough air, my nigga. Come on, bro.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've never spoken this much about women's basketball, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
This is a new level for me.
I said that shit before we recorded. It's just again, It'd be the elephant in the room. When the little boy said the N-word in the college, they say he was a kid, ooh out the band, whatever. This girl celebrate whoop-de-whoop. She's not a kid no more. It's
feel you, I feel
NCAA,
you.
she's
Whoa.
I
professional.
feel you.
Whatever. Like
Actually,
that shit is weird.
didn't that kid
shit
get
is
his
weird.
scholarship pulled?
Of course, because he said the fucking N-word. But they still was like he was a kid. Like, fuck.
Oh,
This
yeah.
girl not a
Did
kid.
he go to like a black college after that
He
too?
got offered
Yeah.
from an HBCU, I think.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
tried.
he did.
I think he denied.
They said,
it,
"Come
though.
outside. We don't, we just want to play."
Yeah, I think he
Oh,
denied.
shit.
It. Ain't nobody going to the NFL from an HBCU like that. So I
That's
think
not
he
true.
denied it.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Shannon Sharp. I mean, well,
it's
he's probably an
It's
anomaly.
fewer and far between, but
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely do make it out there.
It's probably
Steve
15,
McNair.
like 15, maybe
Steve
30
McNair,
out
yeah.
of the
Yeah, but I mean,
1,000.
was the kid gonna go to the NFL regardless, though?
Nah.
Oh.
Nah, I mean, he
Oh,
would have had a
wow.
better opportunity in a bigger school.
Where?
I mean, it was Florida. It was Florida, right? That pulled the scholarship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bigger school. More
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, he probably went to the NFL
Bro,
regardless.
no, I'm gonna tell you, like Chris said, bro. If bro was
Nah,
really
the last two
talented
Florida
like that,
quarterbacks have gotten drafted.
if bro was really talented like that, it don't matter what the motherfuckers say, bro. Like, niggas just taking this nigga first overall if this nigga's nice,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
I mean, Pete, but this whole thing kind of goes into that
You feel me?
other conversation, right? Where it's like just pushing agendas and shit.
They do.
Yeah. So, I mean, on that note, like you kind of had some on your chest about pushing agendas. Like, do you want to just go into that topic? Like, what was on your mind?
Push
I
your
didn't come
T.
up. I ain't come up with that.
That was
But agendas is
Christopherson.
definitely but agendas is definitely a thing that's pushed in damn near the whole world. So that's not
I be pushing agendas.
Maybe
that's not no
maybe
conspiracy, no mumbo UFO cat
Is this whole
bullshit.
race-
Like,
is this whole race shit, like in your opinion, is like just an American agenda? Because
the media.
It's evolved.
American media agenda. Like, yeah, let me say that.
Fuck yeah.
American media.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, like the media is always trying to push agendas just because certain things, just
Wait,
get
watch
more
it.
clicks. And I think David just stepped away for a second. But certain things are gonna get more clicks or more views or like, get people more involved into the
Yeah.
stories and shit. So the medias are absolutely always trying to, find the most controversial thing or the darkest thing, right? The most negative thing to push out there, to try to reach a certain agenda. But Chris, what was your thoughts on it?
Whoa, what? How did I get thrown in here?
Came up
it
with
was-
the topic.
it was your topic, bro.
What was your topic?
It was your topic, bro.
Was
That's
it?
your topic?
It was last week, and we didn't get to it, so we took it over to
So
this
like
week.
I've been having a lot like this agenda word is getting on my goddamn nerves.
Yeah.
I've been getting into so many debates with my coworkers and like everything's a fucking agenda. Like everything is some hooded guy in a some guy somewhere is coming up with these plans like in an anime all the time, and it's like so I don't know if we discussed it on the podcast yet, but like how they're canceling certain books. Specifically here in
That's your boy right there, bro, Ron.
Not my boy. Fuck that nigga. That nigga's annoying.
I thought you said you fuck with him.
Like there was a point in time where I thought he was cool, but like the man's become a fucking caricature. He's like a fucking Looney Tunes character at this point, bro. Like sometimes
Let's get him on the podcast.
I be watching this nigga shit, and I can't even tell like if he's being serious or not. Like if it's like a joke or something. But anyways, like he canceled a bunch of books, or like he put a bunch of books under review, with the intentions of phasing them out of the curriculum under the guise that they're manipulating children in the wrong direction. And the whole thing, like when you read, like, because they asked them, like, okay, so like, what's your basis for saying this? Like, what's in these books that's so bad that kids can't see? And my nigga had no justification. And the reason that he can get away with this shit, because a huge part of his base believes in this agenda, talking about, they're trying to turn our kids gay, so we got to protect them from anything that's not heterosexual or the racial agenda. I was actually reading about one of the books, a math book that got taken out of circulation and it's under review. And it had a chart about how prejudice and age are relative to one another. And it was really just about teaching the kids how to read the graph. But because it had fucking race in there, it's part of some agenda that it's a liberal woke agenda that needs to be eradicated. So they got rid of the book because of this
textbook.
A textbook, my nigga. Yeah. A textbook teaching niggas how to fucking count and multiply, bro. It's so that's fucking crazy. Corny, bro. Like it's
crazy.
So what's your my bad, go ahead.
Oh no, go.
I about to say, what's your overall, like, when you asked the question, what was the perspective that you were trying to attack this agenda motive with? Like, you don't believe it, or you think it's annoying that there's groups of people that's actually doing this thing?
I think you can hype a bunch of people up into believing some shit. Like, you can say, like, this is my problem with conspiracy theories, where you can just convince people that there's things going on that they can't see that's against their interests. Right? So if you convince people that like, again, using the same example, that the curriculum is trying to turn their kids homosexual, right? The parents don't know what's going on in the classrooms. They're not invested in the classrooms like that. But you convince them that there's stuff going on there, and it taps into the fear that their kids are being manipulated in the wrong way. Like, it's like they don't need any proof. You just have to convince them that there's some shit going on. Like, there's this agenda, and once they believe in the agenda, you essentially can get by anything. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's like my problem with agendas is that you rarely have to prove anything. You just have to say there's some shit going on over there. And if it taps into a natural fear that people already have, they're going to react.
Yeah.
But that's what causes the conspiracy theories, though, because one of the greatest masterminds of all time played to that was Hitler. He knew a lot of people was uneducated, and then he knew the status of the country that he was in at the moment, and he just said a whole bunch of shit that people couldn't go back and fact check and make it make sense, and that's what caused the mass hysteria. You feel me? Like
a lot of news plays on that, though. A lot of news plays on that. Like the news that the media we're talking about, like David, listen to Fox News. They play on niggas' fears, man, the whole time. Like
they do all the time. Like there's always like some national emergency that they have to address. Like the Holocaust is Exhibit A of like the most extreme that it can get. Like he convinced an entire nation of people that, like, all type of crazy shit. Like we lost World War I because a certain population of the German population was working against our interests. And again, he didn't have to prove anything. He didn't have to like address anything. He just tapped into people's natural prejudices and they ran with it. And it got to the point where they're putting these people in fucking rooms and gassing them to death. You know what I mean? Like, that's how extreme it was. I was watching Hotel Rwanda, and it's the same. Same thing. It's the same exact thing. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I agree with you. There are agendas, especially in the media, everywhere. There's agendas everywhere, even on smaller scales. There's probably agendas in your household. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But like my problem with the like agendas themselves is that like it's almost become blasé. It's like this. It's this fluid concept that can be applied to fucking anything.
Anything,
You don't like something, you have a problem with something, and it's an agenda.
Yeah.
There's somebody working against you. You know what I mean? Like somebody's working against your interests. Who is it? You don't got to prove it, but you know that they're there. You know what I mean?
But you don't.
That's just becoming too like normal. Like, nowadays, man. Like.
But you don't think some of these? I think the problem is you don't think some of these agendas have some truth behind it. So now people don't know, like, especially with this information era that we have right now, right? You could literally get information from anywhere. Like literally the fucking cereal box sometimes have fucking information that you never knew about. You like, what the fuck is this, right? You don't think that the problem is sometimes you don't know the truth from the real, and that's what causes, because some of the real agendas be sick in itself, and then some of the fake agendas be even just as sick.
The craziest thing is everyone has an agenda now. It's just not like you turn on the fucking news type shit and you get one agenda. Now everyone has a podcast, everyone has a voice, so everyone's spreading their agenda. So
it's a byproduct of an overload of information.
Yeah.
Where people get so overwhelmed that just everything sounds like nonsense and everything sounds true.
Yeah.
Like what Pete's talking about, it's a case by case basis. Like that's what you're supposed to do as an intellectual, is look at something. And like my best example of this is the police shootings, right? Like there's some police shootings that are legitimately justified. There's some police shootings that are completely fucked up. And there's some police shootings that are in the gray area, right? It's your job. I feel like it's not a fucking opinion. Like I feel like it is your responsibility as an American citizen to view each one and try to figure out what's going on so we can identify certain problems and actually attack the problems. But what it is that depending on where your viewpoint is, you're just going to land on whatever side you already want to believe.
Whatever agenda you subscribe to.
If you're a fucking extremist, you're gonna drive it. You're gonna be an extremist as, you know what I mean?
So if you believe, if you're super like Blue Lives Matter, you're always gonna see the fault in the person of color every single time. If you're on the other side, you're gonna always see the cop as being wrong every single time. And like that's the problem, where we've lost our sense of being able to differentiate. We can't like separate anything. We've been so overloaded that we have to group everything together. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a big problem.
I agree for the most part, but then I disagree in certain aspects, because what causes like the lack of wanting to find information, a lot of people get fed up on both sides too. Like, because when like the cop shooter, I'm gonna stay there. When the cop is justified, right? People was already mad because there was a lot of times when it wasn't justified. So as soon as like, I'm gonna use myself as an example. As soon as I hear of a cop shooting, I don't even want to see no fucking information. And I pride myself in being an intellectual, right? Because it's so much of them that I've seen where it wasn't justified and the motherfucker still got away. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, when it's justified or not justified, who gives a fuck at the end of the day sometimes?
I'm gonna counter that with some shit that I've held on to this forever. Like it's a thing that, like, you know, like those really small moments in your life that just burn into your mind and you don't understand why. Yeah. One of these moments was when we got off the bus. I think at the time Felix was in Tico, I think. Was it Felix or Alex who was at Tico, Kenny?
Felix.
It was Felix, right? So Felix just got off the bus. We all got off the bus together. And a cop was passing by. And this nigga said, fuck the police. And then the police like fucking slammed the brakes, reversed, hopped out, and he's like, how dare you disrespect me, da-da-da-da-da, you got to show more respect, blah, 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 blah. He went on a whole speech trying to like shake him, and then Felix kind of looked at him, and then the guy drove away. And then when the nigga was like out of sight, Felix was like, yeah, fuck that nigga, right? But the point of that story was, what made Felix do that?
Yeah, but that Felix is an idiot. He really is.
No, but you know my like, and I don't want to attack you, but I feel like so much of our conversations become this, where you're like, no, these are people from Kissimmee and they're exceptions. And I am telling you, people from Kissimmee are not the exceptions. I feel like people in Kissimmee represent the majority of people. Like, I really think there's a ton of Felixes out there who have never suffered experiences themselves, but they download this information through other shit. He doesn't know why he hates police, but he does.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I said I use myself. I can't speak for Felix. First of all, I already said it. I think the nigga's an idiot, and there's a lot of people that's idiots anyway. Cause come on, Kenny, you know the man too. Like that motherfucker's an idiot. Like, but it's a lot of people in America that is idiots. It's a lot of. First of all, 50%, if not, might be even a little bit more of the United States is fucking illiterate than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's already lack of information. That's already so whatever information is printed to or presented to them, that's all they're gonna take and run with it. And whatever they had a study, I think it was like whatever information is presented to you first, that's what you're gonna take and run with it. If you lack the emotional intelligence to understand further than what you get what I'm saying? Like, so that's already taken at least 50% of people off the board because them motherfuckers don't know nothing about nothing, literally. Like they eat, sleep, shit, and fuck. That's what most of the US does, for real, for real. So whatever information is presented to them, they're gonna take that shit, run with it. If a motherfucker tell them, let's go march for the police, we're gonna go march for the police. If a motherfucker tell them, let's go march for Black Lives Matter, we're gonna go march for Black Lives Matter. And there's nothing in between. They're just gonna take that shit and run with it. Like literally run with it.
so like that's exactly what I'm saying. That's 100% what I'm saying. Like I feel like that 50, like there's just a ton of people like that, and that's a huge problem.
It is.
And then another part of it, like there's a whole nother layer to it. Because I feel like because we have so much information, like we're like in this anti-intellectual age. And when I say anti-intellectual, like Pete's looking like he knows what I'm talking about, but I want to like explain what I'm saying anyways.
Please.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm in front of the dealership and we're just talking, right? And I got this one guy who like I can't tell if he's smart or not. But this thing is going in on this conversation talking about how home ownership is a scam, right? And he's just like making all these points that don't make any sense. And like everybody around me is like, oh shit, that nigga's spitting. And I'm like, no, right? Like I'm telling him, like, bro, like home ownership is the fastest way to create wealth, bro. Like that is the fastest way, right? But he's coming up with all this stuff, and like I counter a little bit. I mean, at first, I'm trying to like I'm
trying to fill him out.
Yeah, like I'm trying to legitimately see where he's coming from because like I already had this impression that this is a smart dude. So I'm like, wait, where's he coming from? Maybe there's an angle that I'm not understanding that this guy can teach me. And then it got to a point where I'm countering him. And then it got to a point where I'm like, wait, this nigga's like, I'm telling him like I'm in charge of my own investments. And he's like, no, you think you are. I'm like, bro, I literally open my app every morning and choose which investments I'm gonna buy and sell, nigga. Like it's literally that's what it is. But he's like, nah, bro. He's trying to convince me that I'm not in charge of my own investments, bro. Like I don't.
I don't tell you that you're following an agenda.
I had a lot of pyramid scheme dudes try to sell me lip gloss, man. So,
so I'm like, I just got to a point where I'm like, all right, like, why is like I stopped arguing with him. I stopped trying to understand him. But then I got to the point of like, how did he get here? And I feel like it's the anti-intellectual shit. Where
you
like,
just gotta go ahead, bro. My bad.
It's like people take pride in knowing some shit that you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, I figured out the scam. I figured out the system. Even if they don't know what the fuck they are talking about, they feel like there's like an intellectual superiority going. There's like a
so you don't get the
going on.
You don't get the fucking pyramid scheme vibes from that shit too, man. Like I really feel like I was blessed enough to deal with a lot of fucking pyramid scheme ass niggas.
Overexposure.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm off rip. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Kenny went through the hyperbolic time chamber of pyramid scheme.
For real, bro. That shit real as fuck, bro. Nigga, I done had niggas telling me like, yo, they pulling up on me to talk about music. We don't end up talking about music whatsoever. Like that's
Bro,
yeah, and I'm just
Kenny.
sitting here like,
Call that pitch and heat.
nigga, I be sitting here like, fingers crossed. Never had my fingers crossed in my life, my nigga. Just like, what you got to say, bro? Niggas like Chris done been through this shit. Nigga, Chris done already had.
Bro, like, that girl, Riza hit me up out of nowhere. Like, yo, I want to chill. I'm like, yes. Show up,
Yeah,
bro.
She said what?
Bro. Some girl that me and Kenny went to high school with.
Yeah,
She want to kill?
And
Is that
then-
what you said?
Chill.
Oh,
Hang out. She wants to hang
Come on,
out.
bro.
So what the fuck?
Get it together, Dave.
I don't know how y'all got down at Tico, bro. I'm sorry.
Too much
So-
Jeffrey Dahmer documentary.
So
I
I
never
get
watched
there.
that.
I get there. Like, bro, I'm there for like 10, 15 minutes. She's like, oh, by the way, my boyfriend's coming. I'm like, whoa, I felt like Mr. Krabs, bro. Like,
yo, that shit. That shit. I want to talk about that, Chris, before you go on.
Chris just
shit
used a
feels
meme
like-
reference accurately.
yo, like,
That shit feels like a Jeffrey Springer episode. Like they're bringing the nigga out the curtains. Like, where the fuck did you come
What?
from?
Yo,
Bro?
He
Like,
walk in like
wait,
Vince
what's
McMahon and
going
shit.
on? I'm
Like,
like,
nigga got
Kenny.
the briefcase and everything, bro. Like,
Kenny, bro, that same shit happened to me one time, bro. So I'm out here, I'm like fresh out of college. So I'm probably like 6 months into the job, bro. And this dude I went to college with, like, I was cool with him. He was cool, whatever. And he was like, yo, I work with this guy who he's like big in the business world. Are you interested? He's having like a Super Bowl gathering or whatever.
yeah.
Like, do you want to come out? I want to invite you out so that way you could try to connect with people to help with ticket sales and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fire. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. So I show up to this guy's crib, and dude's got a giant ass house. I was like, oh wow, man, this might be a good prospect. And then I come in here and just all these friendly ass people or whatever, the house was full of friendly ass people. There was food and everything.
Oh,
And then the game is on, and then next thing I
Season-
know, he was like, all right, let's all gather together to talk. I was like, the fuck is going on? And then he goes into the closet and pulls out this Amway chart, bro.
Yo.
damn.
And they
Nah.
started
They invited you
talking
to a
about-
cult meeting,
And
bro.
then the next
No.
thing he says, all right, let's talk about financial freedom. I was
No.
like, no.
Fuck arresting Trump. All those niggas need to be arrested.
I
All
was
of them,
like,
nigga.
no.
I'll never like
What the fuck happened?
a core memory for me, bro, is because I'm not gonna mention him by name. This was a good friend of mine.
Don't do it.
I know who
Is it
you're
me?
talking
Bro,
about.
I hope it's not me, bro.
No. This is a mutual friend of me and Kenny. Somebody we went to school with, and dude was talking about how like he was in his heart of hearts, he knew he was in a pyramid scheme, but he was trying to convince me that it was in a pyramid scheme because I feel like he indirectly felt that if he convinced me, I would convince him back or some shit like that.
Yeah,
There was some psychology going on there, right? And he's like, bro, like you don't even need to invite people to get money. Like you could sell the products themselves and come up. And I'm like, oh shit, what are they selling? He's like, I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna show you. I'm like, all right, cool.
That's
So he brings me like this grab bag of shit that you can order in bulk, like on some Costco shit, and sell to your friends. It was like some bootleg toothpaste. It was like lip gloss that also like was a flashlight. These booty cheek protein bars.
what the fuck?
It was like a bunch of like bootleg shit. And I'm just like, yo, I can't sell any of this stuff. He's like, bro, just keep it at your house. I'm like, bro, just take it with you. And he ended up just, like, my nigga's so confident that he could sell this stuff, but he left all of it at my house, bro.
Yeah, bro. That pyramid, you know what's crazy? The pyramid schemers turn into the cryptocurrency schemers. Like in my head, like I just
Yeah.
see it. Like,
Oh, dude, they've
They're the same
evolved.
guy.
They
Yeah, they're same
evolved,
guy.
bro. They're like Pokemon.
nigga, I met. This is the craziest story ever, my nigga. It's the craziest story ever. I went to a family reunion, which I fucking hate shit like that off rip. When my dad was like, "Yo, come through. It'd be cool. You get to meet cousins, this and that." I'm like, "All right." I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for you. My mom's talking shit. My mom's over here like, yeah, just do it for your dad. Just do it for your. I'm like, all right, nigga. I'm gonna do it for this fucking nigga. Fuck this nigga. Do it for this nigga. Pull up to this shit, bro. And you know, we all chilling. And it's always is I knew it was gonna happen, bro. I met this one dude that just seemed cool as fuck. And I'm like, all right, we gonna play basketball, we playing ball. We the only niggas that play ball, we the only niggas that got tattoos, we the only niggas that play on the arcade games in the fucking thing. Bro, I leave this shit, bro messages me on the side. He's like, oh, so you really want to know how I got this money? I'm like, all right, I know. I know what time it is, bro. Bro, like fucking messages me like hella talking about cryptocurrency. And I'm just like, everything I explained to you, I told you what I was into, bro, nigga. Like I told you what I was into. I told you I like music. You didn't tell me about no music shit. I told you let's play at LA Fitness. You didn't tell me you was gonna meet me at LA Fitness. You wasn't gonna meet me at LA Fitness, bro. You was capping the whole fucking time. Like, why do this to me, bro? Like, I got a whole fucking girlfriend at the crib.
That's wild. That's wild. Because like the same dude who was trying to tell me that buying a house is a scam was telling me that 401ks are also a scam.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you know, like again, this is still at the point where I'm like challenging it, but I'm still trying to understand it. And I'm like, okay, because he's not a young dude either. And I'm like, okay, so like, how are you securing your future? He's like, I'll probably invest in Bitcoin. I was like, oh,
yo,
it was too late to that. He would have made money if he would have did that shit 5 years ago, even 2 years ago.
But Pete, these niggas are scammers. They're not fucking anything else but scammers.
Like NFTs and shit, nigga. Like those shits are scams. Bro.
They've been caught on this. They've been caught on this shit mad late. They know it. They're just trying to convince you that they've been up on it, which is not the case.
Bro,
so
every time you have these, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, my bad, Ruck. So one of the people that I work with, he bought a whole Bitcoin when that shit was worth 64.
Oh,
and he still has it, bro.
It's like 22 or something.
It went down, didn't it?
His wife is losing her shit, and he just calls her like, I don't want to say too much. But they're just like, he's like, baby, we don't lose any money until we sell it. I'm like, nigga, that shit's never going back to 64. You took a
bro, that shit's at 27 right now. No.
Some regular companies flatline, so that's normal in the stock market anyways. Like, there's big companies that flatline, literally, like your shit is worth zero. So like, that's regular as fuck.
That type of shit just makes me sick of people, bro. Like, I legit, like, if there's supposed to be like another family reunion going on in the next 2 years, nigga, I'm blocking everyone in my family. I'm not pulling. I'm not. It's not happening, bro.
Chris, my fucking heart hurts for that guy, dog. Bought at 64 and that shit's at 27 right now, man. That's just chalk.
Don't feel bad. This guy's an idiot.
Cryptocurrency, like
that nigga's sick, bro.
Is that like an actual form of currency? Like, can you buy groceries with this shit?
No. So this is what
I just don't understand it.
This is what I'm trying to explain to niggas.
And I think people pretended to understand it.
So the whole thing behind crypto is that it's somehow gonna get formed into actual currency. Like there's gonna be a future where the world is just gonna be on crypto. And it might be, but like I'm a like you guys know me for a long time. I'm a person of fucking logic. You have to make it make sense to me, right? So I'm like, okay, why would we turn? Because cryptocurrency isn't free. Like cryptocurrency fucking causes carbon emissions, right? Like what? Why would we change our current currency to cryptocurrency, right? Like, what would be the benefit of doing that? So I asked this nigga that, right? And the man's like, to make things convenient. I'm like, nigga, my credit card is convenient. Like, how is cryptocurrency gonna make life?
It's on your phone,
bro.
Apple Pay, gangster, bro.
Bro,
Dope as
Like,
fuck.
bro, we already
the
have
definition of
Apple
convenience.
Pay, bro. Like, it just doesn't. I don't understand.
Nigga, my cousin. This is my cousin, bro. The family reunion guy. This is my fucking cousin, supposedly. This nigga, I asked the nigga, I'm like, yo, can you explain to me a little bit about cryptocurrency? He's like, yeah, just sign up here first. I'm like, I'm not fucking signing up, my nigga. Like, come on, just tell me tell me what you're trying to do to me, bro. Like, come on. Like,
he needs you to sign a waiver first, bro.
Bro goes fucking ghost. Bro goes ghost on me, and it asks me if I signed up 2 weeks later. I'm like, nah, bro.
No, bitch.
I'm not fucking with you, bro. I can't do it, bro. Like, you stressing me the fuck out, bro. Like, over some cryptocurrency, bro.
The government do collect their taxes off that shit, though, if you make some money off of it. So,
yeah, I mean, scamming for sure. You making some
no,
money
when you file your taxes, it's an option if you make money off them shit. So,
Hmm?
I'm
just letting you know I don't fuck with my cousin, man. That's all. Damn. Crazy. Fuck that nigga, bro. I'm never seeing that nigga again, man. Fuck him.
when the last time you seen him? That nigga hurt you, boy.
He hurt me all right, bro.
Let it out. Let it out.
It's a safe space.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope this shit don't go viral. But I was trying to sell a car to somebody yesterday. Saturday. And I'm going through my whole thing. We'll run the test drive, and I'm like,
this shit evil, bro.
Like, where you guys from? What do you do? The questions, right? And homie was talking about, oh, I do herb life, and I was like,
oh shit.
No, that's one of them too. That's one of them.
And then I asked this girl, like his wife, I was like, and what do you do? She's like, I do the same thing. I was like, ooh.
Oh, they're not buying that car, bro.
They ain't got no money to put
they ain't buying that car, bro. They might steal it.
David, they did not buy that car. They did not buy that car.
I hate these niggas, bro.
Homie hit me up this morning talking about, yo, I'm coming through. And then I text him back and it said, like, not received. I was like, oh, shit.
Damn.
Bro.
He definitely ain't buying the car. But
I actually, you know what? First of all, this episode needs to be fucking titled Top 3 Scams, because Herbalife is one of them for sure.
Herbalife,
Amway is like number one.
Yeah, Amway is definitely number one. Amway is clearly number one, but fucking World Ventures is a close number 2.
God damn.
Did you guys ever hear about that one pyramid scheme about selling knives?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Somebody that I was associated with once upon a time got put onto that, and they got sent like a knife so that they can use to show like potential clients. And it was a great knife, but like, are you gonna go door to door selling knives? Like,
yo,
I don't think there's a business there, bro.
Man. Do some tricks like fucking Urban Hibachi, man. Throw them shit.
Yeah, like you want somebody to go to the door and start playing Fruit Ninja or some shit. Like, what we doing,
I'm
bro?
tired of these niggas, bro. Like, I feel
I'm
like
not gonna lie.
I told her like, no, bro, don't do that shit, bro. They trying to get you. I mean, you gonna pull up with a knife, so you can stab somebody, but if they got a gun, you're fucked, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have so much respect for like the guys who get there first. Like the guy who gets on stage and he's like, if you do what I tell you to do, you'll get a Ferrari.
I hate them niggas. I hate them.
And then he takes all those people's money and he buys a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I told you about the date that I went on like back in the day where like I pulled up.
Date?
I went on a fucking date, man. This is the craziest shit. Like, went on a fucking date and I'm just like I'm just giving, like, I'm literally just like trying to get the vibe, like what the fuck the vibe is, you know what I mean? And I pull up and I see this nigga on the stage, bro. Like, I'm literally with this chick, and she's just like in a corner. I'm like, what the fuck? This chick is not near me. This chick's in a corner, and I'm watching this dude, and she's like, for 30 minutes, I leave the fucking place, and she's like, what do you think about guy? And I'm like, I'm looking at her like, what the fuck was I supposed to like? What? I didn't know I was supposed to write something about this. I thought it was a fucking thing. You're like,
Damn.
anyways,
Kenny, you've been through it, dog.
nigga,
Yeah,
I
that-
have. You know what's
PTSD,
fucked up?
bruh.
It's fucked up. I didn't even sign up to come to fucking Kissimmee, man. Like I could have stayed in fucking Miami, my nigga. Like
I'm not
niggas
gonna
robbing
lie,
me in Miami for I could have got robbed. I would have been straight for getting robbed, my nigga. Like
Yo, like I can't lie. Like when what it was is that your class went the hardest. Like I feel like by the time it got to my class, like it died down a little bit. But like your class got hit really fucking hard. So Kenny was like one of the very few who didn't enlist, and them niggas like they took that shit personally.
yeah.
Them niggas try to recruit Kenny really fucking hard.
got-
Bro.
They got really creative.
What
with their
what
outreaches.
group
Really
was it
great.
that would always hold up those "You should be here" signs, and they all had
Oh,
they all had the
That's
same.
That's
Amway
Amway.
niggas, ain't it?
That's
Yeah.
Amway.
Amway.
Oh yeah.
No, that's World Ventures, bro.
Oh yeah, that is World
Uh,
Ventures.
That's World
Somebody
Ventures,
tried to
bro.
pitch me on that shit. They're like, "Yo, you like BMWs?" I was like, "Bro, I don't even got a license, bro." Like, I'm
That
trying to get a
was the
bike.
whole thing, bro. Like if you
I
if
hate
you
those fucking signs.
if you
Bro.
sign up enough people, they'll give you a BMW, bro. That shit is fucking hilarious, bro.
They're like, you sign somebody up, and then they'll be under you, and then they sign somebody up, and then they'll both be under you. I'm like,
Nah,
sign them up for
bro.
what?
Bro, that shit
Oh,
reminds
these
me.
products.
Bro, the shit reminds me
We
of The
selling-
Office, man. In that
Yeah.
scene when Michael was trying to tell Jim that he's not in the middle of he's not involved in a
Yeah.
fucking pyramid scheme, and he was like, "No,
And he drew it out.
one person, and then two people here, then there's
Nah.
3 people here." Then Jim said,
Drew a triangle.
Nah. Before I leave this earth, bro, I just want a Royal Rumble with all these motherfuckers. I will.
Bro,
"There's
you
too
gonna be
many,
fighting-
Kenny."
you gonna be- Yeah, you're gonna be fighting thousands of people.
I don't give
Too
a
many,
fuck,
bro.
man. I don't give a
You
fuck.
gonna be-
They
It's
finna
over,
stomp
bro.
Kenny out, dog. They finna beat the fuck
yeah,
up.
you gonna get fucked up, bro.
Kenny, if I'm there, I'm swinging, bro. I'm not spectating.
Hey, I
They finna
appreciate
beat
you, David.
Y'all the fuck
Shit.
up.
I ain't doing shit.
Yeah,
You gonna be fighting the entire 2008 Tico class, bro.
yeah.
Nah. My
Honestly,
shit is-
I
I'm
don't think
telling you,
people from
bro.
Tico can fight anyway, so I think I'm gonna like my
Oh,
odds.
you ain't been a Tico, man. I'm sorry.
Like nigga, like mate 200. I'll take 250 niggas who can't fight versus you, bro.
Nah.
Yo,
Yo, the last shit. Bro,
But wait. What about versus me and Kenny?
Nah, y'all finna get beat the fuck up.
I'm telling you straight up, bro. My last day on Earth gonna be on some Avengers Endgame shit, nigga. I'm good, nigga.
I got beat up by
Fuck
10
them
niggas that couldn't fight. Imagine 250, bro.
Nah, bro.
And I got my shit split. I still got the scar to this day, bro.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
Nigga,
All right,
I'm
we're
sorry.
we're
You
at
even give me
fucking time,
piss.
bro. We're at time. But hey, this was a good discussion. That's just funny, bro. Pyramid schemes and their evolutions. Shit's wild.
Nah, I need
Shit,
therapy
it-
after this shit.
Hey, pray for Kenny, man.
I have pyramid scheme trauma, bro. Like
Shit's
Yeah.
wild. As always, if you get to the end of the video, like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the
Please.
next one. Peace.